It's June 10th, and I just now changed out my calendar from May, which actually is not bad for me. It's not uncommon for me to go a month, maybe even 2 months, with the wrong calendar on my desk, which seems to be kind of a metaphor for how far I am behind. My mind sometimes gets filled with chatter. Do you know what that's like? You know, it's that experience where you wake up in the middle of the night and your head is just filled with chatter going on inside. Maybe you're consumed by something that's not going right, or your fear of something that's going to go wrong, or you're reliving something in the past that you wish would have been different, but it doesn't really matter. The opposite of still and quiet is chatter. One of the books that I'm reading and that I'm going to encourage people for a summer read is Martin Laird's book. I'm going to hold it up here so you can get a look at it. A Sunlit Absence by Martin Laird. Write this down. A Sunlit Absence. Martin Laird. And I'll show it to you one more time before I'm done today. Laird writes, though, about the need that we all have to be called to a place of stillness. And he speaks and writes of the contemplative tradition, which we tend to think about as monks in a monastery, some remote place. But in fact, many monks go to monasteries but never really enter into the true monastery, that place where they can be still, because their heads are still so filled with chatter. Maybe it's chatter of doing the religious things, or chatter of being busy, or Laird calls it, sometimes he calls it the videos that are playing in our head all the time. I find it a consuming notion in my own spiritual walk. This whole business of trying to find that moment of stillness where I can experience the rhythm of God, which Scripture and my faith bear witness to the fact that it is very close. God is very close. In fact, I'm born with a soul. You are. Our whole task in life is just to acquaint ourselves and intersect and experience that soul that lives within us. But it's the chatter in our head that sometimes is so difficult to get through that we quit. We don't find that still place with God. Laird makes the point, and I agree with him. He says that the opposite of the contemplative life, that place where we can be still with God, the opposite of the contemplative life is not the active life, but it's the reactive life. You know what happens when you see someone, or you see something, or you are reminded of a failure, or you're living out an anxiety, and you start down that reactive rat hole of life where it becomes about blaming and trying to ascribe fault, and an inability to quiet our mind and find any sense of grace in this moment, or even the possibility of it. It's the reactive life that we live that keeps the chatter going in our heads. So this summer, this will be my devotional read, A Sunlit Absence by Martin Laird. In fact, I think in the fall, the first book club gathering will be around this. So I want to encourage you to pick it up and spend some time this summer. Spend some time trying to find out what it means to be still, to quiet the chatter in our head that just exhausts us and wears us out and leaves us feeling so often defeated or angry, wanting to even lash out. The quiet place, the stillness where we can experience the God who wants to bless us and renew us and remind us that always His presence is sufficient. So I'm only 10 days behind on the calendar this month. 10 days. For me, that's good. For me, it's just a small little step towards trying to find that place that feeds our soul that we all want. Maybe this could be a good resource for you this summer. God bless you. I look forward to any comments you have about this read. Send me an email, pastortom@slukes.org. Let me know how you are in finding that stillness, that quiet place of stillness where you can be again reminded of God's love for you. God bless you.